What it means to get a win?
Good, as hard as we've been working, and the kids have been doing a lot of things that we like as far as their practice habits and commitment. So to get some Saturday reward is something deeply needed, and so hopefully that will continue. Because again, you keep trying to go to the well and ask them to keep working hard and have a great attitude and come to work. And when you have a couple of hiccups and on the wrong side of the ledger, you worry about that. And coaching transition, who are the true leaders? So at least to give them some evidence that we're on track and doing the right things. So it's nice to get a good win. We still got a lot of areas to improve. It's a good one.
Coach, you were supposed to pick up this kind of victory over an SCS team, but I wanted to talk about the penalties in general. 17 today, it's a school record.
I heard 18. It's only 17. So that's a positive. You're positive. That's a positive question. Again, one of the things is to play smart. I think some young linemen we played out there, and a couple of times we had some glitches on no plays. There was no play called, and we jumped off sides. So my question is always, well, who are you blocking? Because there's not even a play called. So you're supposed to go left, right. What are you doing? So, but sometimes that's just some young guys. We did play, 2 true freshmen and a redshirt guy in the line for a lot. And I think as we were doing some things, they were making some movement calls, and as they barked out, quote their guys. So the procedures can be cleaned up, need to be. Now holds, okay. I mean, you get some of that, but if you cry too much about it, you don't block too well. So is it flagrant takedowns? Is it foolish late hits on quarterbacks? Is it just foolish football? You take that out. But if you're playing aggressive, the best thing about the penalties, you get it over. And so you might move backwards 5, but if you pull up NCAA stats, you can pull up a lot of conference champions that are 10, 11, 12 in penalties because they're aggressive, they're assertive, and things just happen. So we're trying to be that way. There's no reason to have that many penalties. I'm not justifying it. I'm not condoning it. We've been okay. The procedures need to get out. At the same time, we'll keep, it just is what it is. I don't know. We'll look at it. We'll talk about it. Hadn't been bad, but we cannot let it creep in our plays. We play stronger teams, closer games. Those are drive-stopping plays, or they keep their drive moving. So we definitely need to get it out of our football.
Coach, the young guys
mistakes are one thing, but when you have a senior offensive tackle make 5 penalties in one game, that's got to be concerning.
Yeah, oh yeah, very much. That's why there's a couple of freshmen starting to test some other guys anyway. So, but again, we'll keep looking at it. At the same time, Andrew's been, he's actually been one guy that I think's truly embraced what we're trying to do. His practice habits are awesome, and he's playing with more energy and effort than I think if you ask him. So he might have some glitches, but I'll kind of give him the benefit of the doubt because I appreciate how hard he's been working. So, I'd like to move forward and not see that repeat itself a great deal. And as much as you play, you are going to have a glitch and have a penalty. I get that. But we would love for him to take that out, and we'll talk about it. And I'd like to think he's mature enough in the way he's practiced. I'd like to think he can eliminate that. That'll be interesting to see.
Coach, you didn't play those 3 freshman offensive linemen. Is that more a reflection of how they performed this week in practice, or a comment on guys like Pagan, who before today had really been kind of a staple on that offensive line? I
think as much as anything, they had actually, we're looking to shake some things up. We're losing some games, don't like the outcome, and when you come out to practice and you don't see the energy from a starting group, and you see second guys that are giving you more, let's go to the next guy. And I think you could see by, even though we're playing an FCS team, it was we did run the ball better, we did come off the ball, we did fight and battle pretty good. So and that's going to create competition. Be interesting. I mean, my deal, if you don't like where you're at, work hard and change it. Don't accept it. Don't mope around. Don't feel sorry for yourself, because all you're doing is proving, hey, we're right. Yeah, we're not supposed to win games. We're supposed to lose. Yeah, you're right. We're not supposed to run the ball well, versus coming out and saying, hey, I'm going to work hard and fix it and improve and escalate. We flounder in this vicious little circle, and we keep going in circles, chasing our tail, and we get nowhere. So as we went through practice last week, as we got into Tuesday, hey, thought those other guys were playing, let's just start going with them. And as we went through the week, they actually did practice even better as they saw they were going to play, and the other guys didn't respond well. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, if a guy's got some fiber and the guy's got some pride, he'll come back scratching and fighting. That's what, as coaches, we were trying to do. We were fighting and scratching. We didn't like being 0-2, and we're looking for players that want to embrace that.
Can you talk about the spark that D'Angelo gave you today?
It was good, and it was needed. I didn't think the first half our running backs ran very hard at all. I thought we just got what we blocked and looked to get tackled. We had some things where we could have gotten 4, 5, 6, 7. We're getting 2, 3. Get behind change, and we did stay with the run a little bit and had a little stick-to-itiveness there. But he has some energy. He's still young. He has glitches that you probably wouldn't see as far as where he should be on routes or protection, who he's getting. He hadn't haunted us, but he's still learning. But he does have a lot of fire. and he does have a lot of passion, and he's a tough dude, and that's something we need, and it's nice to see them transfer that into some place.
How important was that drive he had that he scored on, I guess, that he ran?
It was very, I mean, I don't know what was going on other than we just, and it wasn't like, again, my deal at half, we work awfully hard for a few days, and we had an okay first half. It was 30 minutes. If we're really good, we'll come out and have a great second half, and we really didn't. That's a little disappointing, so we'll look and talk about that. But that drive after they scored, it was kind of a run-oriented deal. It was good. And I don't know if we blocked well versus, I think, he kind of got behind his pads, ran through some trash, and got us on schedule, and it was good. It was a great drive for us.
What do you think about that? Talk about it. What about Luis's 100-yard receiving game? What do you think about his production?
A couple big plays, and we got to get him going. Trying to get DeMarlo going. He'd have to have some deals. We're trying to get him some touches early, and we need to keep working those guys up. I mean, those guys. It's nice to have a 100-yard day and make a big play. Kofi's swing pass on the run bubble pass, where it was a combination of a run or a pass, and we threw it. That was a big play. All those guys are capable. As are Shane Wynn. You saw Cody pop a couple plays. There's some there, and we got, as we do this. Ed's playing well, but we got some guaranteed completions to really good players, and we got to keep building, getting touches to Deweese and DeMarlo and those guys, and complement it with what we got from D'Angelo and those guys.
What was the impetus for that one drive Dusty had in the third quarter?
I didn't like the turnover we had. We go down there, and it's we miss some things in the past. And again, the thing Ed is doing great is he's not forcing the ball and throwing into traffic. But sometimes, I think he's either getting bluffed or he's afraid to let it go sometimes. Because sometimes I think it's there. He needs to cut it and rip it. And I'm tired of sometimes just seeing guys scramble, because that looks like our third down package. Drop down, Ed, hang a second, and take off running. And that's not what we're trying to accomplish. And that being said, as he ran around, he's running with the ball all over the place. Costs us points. If you fumble, you come out of the game. The way he was playing, I typically don't do that with the quarterback. We do that with everyone else. But the way he's playing, let's give Dusty a chance. And then Dusty was fortunate because there was all-state penalties, because then he made a poor throw. And from there, we gave Ed one more shot. Of course, it was a run-oriented deal. Went to Trey, went back to Dusty a little bit. All those guys are still close. They're all playing. Ed separated himself a little bit, but he needs to play better. And, again, he can't turn the ball over. It's unacceptable.
Where else did you see progress with him today, I guess?
I don't know. Again, he's done well all games. He could communicate better. I see us up there trying to do some things where, again, like we've called it, let's go. And I just don't think, I don't know how he is sometimes. I think, to me, when you're young, there's so much he's thinking about that it's hard to play quarterback. Because he's got to get this signal, got to say this, and got to do this, and then he's got a young running back, make sure he's on the right side, because half the time he's wrong. Just like he's doing a lot. And now, after you do all that, okay, now snap it to me and read the coverage, play quarterback. He's got a lot on his plate that as you play. I go back 3 years ago, Landry Jones had so much on it, you could see him, but then you could see him just like, and then he would start, and you'll see Ed do that. The second year, the more he played, Landry was much smoother. So sometimes you just got to play through that. So to me, Ed's doing well. He's not forcing the ball, but the more he play, and the same with Dusty and Trey. We're not going to have a rotating deal, but they all bring some stuff. I still think Ed is capable of so much more, and I really think what bothers me with him is he could still be a better practice player and a better student of the game. And that's what we're trying to teach him how to go about it.
Do you think you kind of got his attention a little bit when you pulled him out of the game, put him back in? It seemed like the offense.
I don't know, because I went to talk to him. He was watching the game. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, you pulled me out." I said, "We're talking about the next drive." So I kind of didn't like it right there a little bit. I actually kind of got after him a little bit. I actually got more after him then, because it's like, are you taking it? So it's my deal with our football team, always how do you respond? How do you respond defensively when they make a play? Because they're going to make a play. Offenses in college games, again, there's a lot of grass, a lot of space. People are going to make plays. It's all about life in our game is about responding. And what do you do when it's doing good? And what do you do when it's doing bad? And so, but it wasn't no wake-up call for Ed. We're just trying to work through and figure out what we are, and our kids are working hard. It's great to have some success. We need to have a good week and see if we can go get North Texas next week.
Time for one more.
Jarrell Drain seemed like he was particularly physical today.
Yeah, he missed some hits too, I think, on some of those runs. And we got to still, the run game, and we got to keep working on edges and linebacker. But to play good run defense, it's all safety and corner support. And the more we play, the more our kids will get their eyes where they're supposed to be, see what's going on, and show up. And they're making plays, and our defense is set up for Jarrell, but he's also, just like Ed, it's really good, but you're missing. You're missing stuff. Jarrell, really good. We're still working. You're missing a few. You can still show up more. And as he plays, I'd love to see him continue, because it's nice to see him play well, but he can play so much better, and that'll be the challenge. And that's what we're looking for this team, and that's my rebuttal with some of these guys. do we understand how to keep coming every day, keep building it every day? And that's what we're looking to do. So.